respect your competences.
Who the hell do you think you are?
I see you, I don't
Can you
see you.
do what you're supposed to do?
Everything is okay. It's okay.
And if you are angry, then you are the crazy one.
Give and take.
I don't exist.
For real.
Welcome to For Real episode 26. This is a podcast on human dignity recorded on the 23rd of August 2025 at Noorderzon Festival in Groningen, the Netherlands. We got together with 100 people to look into what it means to matter. Our guests go through a 2-hour experience in which they listen to pre-recorded interviews about the intellectual undermining of women. The music is made by George Dumitriu on viola and guitar, Jeffery on recorders and voice, and myself on harp. My name is Andrea Voets, and here at Resonate Productions we make musical journalism by combining social journalism with lots of original music. During 4 moments within For Real, the audience is invited to be interviewed by one of the musicians. And in this podcast you hear those conversations exactly as they took place. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Let me introduce myself. I'm Andrea and I'm born in 1989 in Bruges in Belgium. Would you want to give us your name as well?
My name is Nikkie and I was born in 1968 in Amsterdam.
68 in Amsterdam. Nikkie, which one is going to be your question?
Do you resonate with something that has been said?
Mm-hmm.
There was this example of someone who said there were 4 males in the room and you weren't allowed to talk. And I have the same experience. Employed in a room full of male and just being seen as the blonde, coffee taking, making lady.
What is your field, Nikkie?
Then I was a scientist, now I'm a lecturer.
At the University
of Applied Science.
Wow. So, when was the last time that this happened?
I think it was in my former job, because as a lecturer it doesn't make a difference whether you're female or a male. But in my as a scientist, it really matters if you are a male or a female. That's the reason why I left science, because as a female I didn't feel taken seriously enough. My research wasn't taken seriously. The professor took my conclusions, read them out somewhere, and I was just a repeater of his conclusions while it were my conclusions.
So like he stole your ideas?
You might call it that. Stealing.
To me as a non-scientist, it sounds so strange to hear that happens in science, where, it works or it doesn't, right? Why is that?
No, it happens a lot in science, especially to female, but also with beginning males, where senior scientists just have to make a name or something like that. The science world is really hard to work in. It's really hard to work in, and especially as a female, when you want to have kids and you want to go home.
You want to go home. Yeah, what happens then?
You go home to your kids and your husband, and my husband is also taking care of our kids. But that was not how do you call it, accepted. You should be there till 8 and start early in the morning or late in the morning. And you should go to all kinds of congresses, etc., etc.
And a last question, Nikkie. What made you decide to leave your job as a scientist and become a lecturer? Was it one moment or one incident? How did you take that decision?
Me being a lecturer is not has not so much to do with leaving science, but loving giving lectures, loving to talk about the subjects I love. I'm a lawyer, I'm a philosopher, I also studied history, so I like to talk to young people about that. And nowadays I think that's the most important thing to do, to talk with young people and let them see that they still have a future ahead. I'm an environmental scientist, I have to say. So.
Oh, then the point of not being taken seriously is much bigger than within science alone, I guess.
Yeah, nowadays. At that time it didn't matter so much what kind of science it was, but nowadays, I mean, the world is falling apart and nobody's listening. We just keep on moving on.
Thank you, Nikkie, for bringing this.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Hello and welcome here.
Hello. Well, this is a bit exciting, actually.
I can imagine, yeah. For me too, always.
Yeah. My name is Judith, born 1981. So I work in the field of visual arts, and I just want to respond in general, pretty much the same question. When did you feel not taken seriously? Like in the field of visual arts on the work floor, it's still, occurs a lot. And what strikes me is also how we kind of got used to it in a way, as
It
women.
became a standard or something. Yeah, that's how it's done, or what?
Yeah. So what I just realized mainly is that how we got used to it. So I tend to forget these moments. Only last week we had a meeting with several women, and actually there was only one man was present. And there were different women, different generations. But it occurred to me that whenever the man was speaking, he felt so free to take so much space, because it was a meeting, so you have to be a bit get to the point and stuff. And yeah, it surprised me. And it just also reminded me a little bit of, wow, oh yeah, it is still very present, that is more likely for man in this field to take space.
Why do you think this happens in visual arts?
Why?
Why is this normal that happens in visual arts?
Well, it's kind of like the field of philosophy. I mean, it's also pretty male-dominated, I think, and it's a quite tight, conservative world. Sorry, I think it's conservative world, the world of visual arts. So people want to maintain their power, and I don't know. That's my explanation.
I guess tradition really has to do a lot with that, right? That tradition really backs up this situation.
Yeah.
Tradition really backs up the situation. In different fields, if tradition is there, then somehow this happens more often.
Yeah, and science, same. I would say. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and in that particular situation, in that meeting, did you manage to raise the question, why is this happening, or to reflect?
No. I just lower my voice
and talk slower, so I get some more like, and so people try to be a bit more intelligent, and then so people listen to me as well. And then I feel like, take your space. It's okay. So, till a certain extent, of course, but yeah.
Thank you very much, Judith. I really resonate with what you said.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing this.
Okay.
What responsibilities lie on your shoulders? What do you do when you want to be heard? When did you feel excluded? Do you resonate with something that has been said? Hi, welcome.
Hello.
Hi.
So my name is Rutger Doting. I was born in 1999 and I study computer science and philosophy.
Okay.
So two male-dominated fields.
Right.
I never really noticed the philosophy male dominance, I would say, like in the ideas section definitely, but like especially coming from computer science, the amount of women in philosophy was much greater than in computer science. But yeah, hearing this today, like one of the speakers said, I was like, oh yeah, I really should reflect more on that. But the thing I want to answer is the fourth question. So what do I resonate with?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the people said, basically that the patriarchy also really is heavy for men as well. And I think the thing that I experience in that sense the most is that I'm not really. So I would say I have quite a big like feminine side.
Mm-hmm.
And these things are not like they are accepted, and I can of course get away with much more like by being a man and just if I want to do something different, that's most of the time it's okay, but many of the things that I like to do are also very gendered, I would say. Like in the Netherlands, I like to drink a lot of tea. I like tea much more than coffee, but like tea in the Netherlands is so gendered as well. Like if you do not order a cup of coffee as a man, or if you order a cup of tea, you're like, you're just like a bit like a wuss or something. Like, oh, so you're drinking tea. That's more of like something you do in the pastime and not something you do as like a man who wants to accomplish something. The same thing for wine and beer. Like you can't really order wine as a man because that's a bit like also a bit feminine, and you get sort of weird looks. And I think one of the other things that I sort of struggle with is I'm not that assertive, I would say, in some of the cases, especially like whatever, like if I talk to someone, like the patterns that are expected of you, especially like if you want to flirt with someone or anything, like it's always assumed that you have to take the first step as a man, and if you're not doing that, then you're not really like doing it in the right way, which is not really that's something in my nature. Like I really have to push myself if I want to do something like that, and I'm not really that comfortable with it. So like of course, yeah, like you have like the mirror image for women as well. Like they're not really like in a like flirtatious setting, they're not really allowed to be the first one to take the first step.
Lead.
Yeah.
Wow. It sounds exhausting. It sounds like a lot of rules to have to remember and to follow.
Well, I think they are very exhausting, I would say, but I think it's like I still benefit from being like being a man, like from being able to get away with more than, of course, women who step out of the role patterns. Like if I want to do something like this, of course my friends accept it, and my friends are very accepting. Like they think, okay, that's fine. Like Rutger's just being himself. Like that's totally okay. And I'm very grateful for that. But especially if I'm in a new setting where I don't have my friends with me, and I'm not sure how everyone will react, I'm sort of hiding that part, I would say.
Yeah. So you mentioned if you order a tea or a wine, for example, you'll get funny looks from people. Who is that coming from, do you think?
So I would say mostly the man, but maybe that's also just my perception that there are more. I think they are more. It feels like they're saying like, oh, you're not following the pattern. What the hell are you doing? Like, why are you not ordering a coffee, or just assuming, oh, you want a coffee or anything? The same thing if like we go to a restaurant with my parents and like I order a salad or something. I eat vegetarian a lot, and someone else orders something else. They always assume like the salad is for the women, and then
they
like
put the steak in front of you.
Yeah, like the tea is for the women as well, and then you're like, oh no, I have the tea and the salad, and like the waiters are like, oh okay, weird, but okay, here's your salad and here's your tea. But that's like these small things that's like they don't really let you be yourself in that sense.
Yeah. That would be very freeing if you could just be yourself without thinking about it. Yeah.
I realized that this is much worse for women than for men, probably. Like I still can get away with lots of things, but it's still very exhausting. I
think with everything, big, small, serious, fleeting, it's just good to be aware of these things, right? And so thank you for coming and sharing that. That's great. Thank you for sharing.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Would you like to give us your name, year of birth and place of birth?
Sure. I'm Suzanna. I'm from Amsterdam originally, 1980. I would like to talk about responsibilities. I think my mother was the last generation where it was normal that when you got married, you quit your job. So she did when I was born as the eldest daughter. And, well, they finally made a switch when my father became depressed and burnout. She became the provider and he became the caretaker. But that was very abnormal and felt sort of off. What I took with me as a daughter is the responsibility for the happiness for my parents, my siblings. As a mother of 4 children, the responsibility for the happiness of my own children, the happiness of my partner, the happiness of my siblings still, and my parents still. So that's a lot to take on, I think.
How many people are we talking about?
I have 2 siblings of my own and 2 parents, and I have 4 children of my own. And I've always had this picture perfect of me as being a mother. I'm smart enough, I have a university degree, I've studied biology, I've taken on a master in being a doctor, medics. But like a previous speaker told me, this is not a really good combination to make a career in science or being a doctor. If you want to combine it with my standard of motherhood, and that's my choice. I'm very proud to be a mother of 4, and I never regret all the days I've been home to make tea and hear their stories. But it sometimes feels like, where's the responsibility of making me happy? And I heard a previous speaker of how this is for men. I have a husband. I think we're very equal in a lot of things, but he has the responsibility of the provider. He has always felt that. He's always been like, I've got to work because there has to be money. That's his responsibility, and it's so internalized with him, just like my responsibility of being the caretaker is internalized in my system. It's unescapable for us. I respect everyone who makes other choices, but it's hard to make other choices. Simply because you have to endure 4 pregnancies, you've got to recover, you've got to breastfeed. If you want to do that, I wanted that. So that's give and take 8 years of your life of you being put backward, and usually a male partner is somewhat older than the female partner, mediocre. Mine is 9 years older. So if you just see the different salaries and then you have to decide, well, who's gonna work? It's always him. Because I'm not there yet. So that's what I like to say. It's sometimes hard to stand for yourself.
I have one question. If you could pick like anyone, and it can also be more than one person, who would you like to take a bit responsibility for your happiness?
Well, I guess I has to be me, because I wouldn't want to put that on anyone's shoulders, because that's a lot. That's a big job, I guess.
I lied. Then I have one more question. How do you do that, to take responsibility for somebody else's happiness, for these 8 or 9 people that you described?
I guess I'm continuously reading them. I'm observing them. I'm checking in on them. And it's never enough. I can't be with all those persons at the same time, so I'm always prioritizing. It's like having these juggling balls. I'm never capable enough to keeping them all up.
Thank you very much for giving us the look into that for your life. Thank you. This was For Real from Noorderzon in Groningen. We are Resonate Productions, and you can find us on Instagram at resonate.productions or on facebook.com/musicaljournalism. See you next time.